Welcome to the channel of Butterflies and Things. Today we will show you the L'Homme Épique. Hi!
Hi! Well, you know, I made a new doll.
Aha!
I made a doll to go with the Claudettes, and I have the prototype here. He is the smaller size, so sort of goes with Claudia better than Claudette, but because he is actually a bit of a dude.
A bit of a massive dude.
Yes. Hey.
Hey.
Hello.
So your idea is a chunky, full-bodied, maybe bodybuilder?
Well, the idea was sort of more of a strongman type, so not bodybuilders are also very tawny and very lean, and it's not well, some people like it, but it's not what I want. And so I want a guy who is strong, but that's all. I mean, he's strong. He's got the muscles, but he's not worried about that little extra fat.
Yeah.
Basically.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, we're not gonna do like a 4% body fat.
No. A realistic guy, and he's sort of based on this. There's a French strongman who is he's a vegan. He only eats vegetables.
Wow.
So it's a thing.
So never let it be said that being vegan is wimpy.
Indeed. So that's sort of what I based him on. So
that's so cool.
That's him.
All right.
And he's got the I've called the body the well, I had to think of something because you have Rubenesque, and basically it's La Femme Rubenesque, the Rubenesque shaped woman.
Yes.
So he is going to be
L'Homme
Épique, the epic man.
Ah, definitely.
One might as well be pretentious.
Oh, I like it. Excellent.
So this is Philippe. And I have is a second head, which is he's on the earlier prototype. This is Julien. Bonjour.
Bonjour, Julien. Oh, very nice. I love that the eyes are already in there.
Yeah,
and
they make just for show. Yes,
yeah,
I put some eyes in.
Makes it really direct, and he's got really articulated bone structure. And so does he. He's got these awesome cheekbones. This guy over here, Philippe
and Julien.
Wow. So it's not just the head that you've been designing, but you have designed the whole body.
Yes. And I'm holding on to this one because this is the earlier prototype, and I made a little mistake. Because when you put him down,
oops. Whereas this guy has been standing for the last few minutes by himself.
So, oops, Julien.
That's all right.
I can bump into Philippe, but if I put Julien up, he just.
Aww. Yeah.
So I made a mistake with that. So I did make a couple of changes. This is why you make one prototype and then a second prototype, because one of the things I changed is, especially on the knees, I made quite a large knee part here. I call this the knee shield, the sticky up bit, and I didn't really like it because it sticks out quite a bit now. So on the second prototype,
so if he sits down or
it's
quite
a lot less. See, it's quite a lot less than the other one.
Yeah,
if I can show them together, I'm not sure if I can.
Put them next to each other.
See that?
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's.
And still, it might be a problem with tight pants.
Yeah, but still, you have to do.
You want your stretchy pants.
You want to do something chunky for the legs anyway. So I suggest you probably not have it too stretchy, too tight pants anyway. It's more of a shorts kind of guy and a leggings kind of guy.
Yeah.
But I wanted to have a chunky look, so but not overly chunky. Some chunk, but not idiot chunk. Yeah. And I wanted him to sit nice, so that the first one already sits nice as well. So well, he stands like a rock. I just put him down, he goes. Wow. No problem.
Yeah. And considering the size of him, just stand on just 2 points and be solid.
Yeah. Well, he can sit pretty nicely as well. Like that. Hello. And yeah, he has 4 hands available, or will have 4 hands available. Yeah. This one, the fist one, I printed the fist one because it's easy to print. Because the other 2 are more loose ones. I've got a completely relaxed one. This is sort of a grabby one, grabs onto stuff, and I have a more relaxed one and something in between. So you have options. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna put
Philippe has the same hands.
Julien has the same hands, yes, right now.
Okay.
Even in the same configuration.
I'm gonna have to learn the names.
And I made them to be a quite different looking guy's head. He's got a more realistic head, so that means he has got smaller eyes.
Okay.
And Julien has the more dolly kind of head, so he gets the bigger eyes. So I'm gonna. This is what I'm getting. This is my older Claudia. My prototype Claudia in the right size with Philippe here and Claudia there. So that's gonna be.
Can you briefly say what's happening with the skin colors?
The Claudia here has the head from Miro, so this is a real resin head, but this is printed, and this is printed a while ago, so I didn't have any skin colored print materials.
So it's literally printed in white. The body is by the 3D printer.
By the 3D printer, as is this body, but it's I now have a skin color.
The skin color is really good, at least on this camera. It looks very nice.
It's a little dull. It's a little bit Barbie, but you basically have the choice of one.
Yeah, you get it or you don't.
Yeah, exactly. So, but I'm showing this just to show you the size. So this is how what the couple will look like. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
works for me.
Yeah, and for the bigger size, he'll be that much bigger.
Especially with her next to it, the size of his shoulder width is actually not exaggerated.
Yeah.
Because by himself, you could say, well, is that realistic? But you put her next to it and you go, yeah, actually, a bodybuilder type, maybe a swimmer or somebody who really uses the upper body. Yeah.
Yeah, swimmers tend to be taller. He's not a very very tally kind of. He's not a tally. He's she's when she's cast, she's 42, and I think he's going to be 45 centimeters tall.
That's average.
So in this form they're a little bit bigger because when stuff is cast it shrinks just a little bit, a couple of %. So that's why I used her, because if I use the real one. The one that's been cast after this prototype, basically, she's going to be a little bit shorter. Hold on, sweetie. See, she's going to be just a little bit shorter.
Does that happen that the cast version is a bit shorter than
the prototype? Yes.
Oh, right. Okay.
It's just that the resin shrinks just a little bit, but it's an overall shrinkage. So as long as you keep everything in the same shape, it goes. So that's going to be. She's actually a little heavy with this table. I'm going to hold on to her. She doesn't fall over. Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. How much time does it take to create a doll like that? Let's say from the idea to this guy standing right here.
I don't know. The concept. Well, I spend a lot of time thinking about what to do and how to do that. And for the actual work, I think the cutting up of the body, because you have to sculpt the body and then you have to cut it up and then print it and make corrections and stuff like that. I have yet another prototype that's not put together, which is just pieces and stuff that didn't quite fit.
Mm-hmm.
So I have that. I think a couple of months basically of trying out and stuff like that.
And when you say cutting, you mean like these lines here? This is
No, those are actually for the aid of the printing.
Yeah.
So no, I mean cutting up the arm to make a functioning arm.
Yes.
So that's and cutting up the shoulder and making this part, and make sure that he stands. But like I said, this one doesn't stand right. So I made an error, so he doesn't stand right. Now he wants to stand, of course. But
there you go.
It's because he's actually leaning a little forward right now. So
yeah,
when he leans forward, he's a lot better. But I don't want that for resin. I want him to stand like a rock, and this one doesn't.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give him some hair. This is some girl hair. There you go.
No, he can pull it off. It actually makes him come together better. Makes him more realistic. For some reason, the hair and the bangs kind of humanize him.
Yeah, and him as well. Yes.
We've seen that before, actually, when we put on, especially when you put the eyes in, and put hair on, and then suddenly you go, hey, yes.
Yeah, that's why. That's why I got some wigs out. I actually stole this off another doll, and this is for a project. So he's not going to be. I think he's probably going to keep this wig, but he is not going to keep this wig.
Mm-hmm.
Philippe is going to have to find himself a new wig.
Oh well.
So that's what he looks like. I can maybe put him aside. I can. It's not so good at. Hold on a second. He can go like that a little bit. He has mobility thighs, so he can swing out like so.
Hello. Yeah.
And I'm gonna take this up. He's got a a line here. So it's got two pieces. So that's how it turns. I did make another, and for the Rubenesque, I actually made her thigh all the way round.
Mm-hmm.
But since he actually has muscles, I decided to not do that, and that means that I had to make a cut here, a visual cut, because you can see it's not round.
Yeah.
So.
But it will always be hidden by undies.
Pretty much,
whatever.
nobody's gonna notice.
So. You actually get a lot of mileage out of the fact that he has mobility thighs.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he stands like a rock. You just have to put him down and he stands. I am happy.
Well done.
Passes
No,
my test.
Yeah, but this is not an average job here. I don't know anybody else who does this stuff. So let's appreciate the amount of workmanship that goes in here, and training and learning how to run all the software and the hardware, and putting a project like this together is so much work. You can say it's a couple months, but it really isn't.
That's the couple of months that I actually spent
on
him. Yeah.
But you have to know so much before you can even start on this project.
Yeah, it did take me 3 years to learn how to do 3D cutting in such a way that I was completely in control of what is going on. It wasn't just accidental.
Yeah. And there's a lot of interesting pieces of plastic.
They have a large amount of interesting pieces of plastic. Yes.
It's like, oh, there's another arm, there's another body, there's another
yes, indeed.
torso.
Some feet.
Some feet, yeah. And then of course one sometimes runs out of the right colors.
Yes, that's true. That's I've had that happen. And if you go for a prototype, you go, do I want to wait? There is one period where I had to wait 6 months for the skin color to come out again.
Oh.
And I decided, okay, then I'm just gonna print black or grey or whatever else I have. Orange.
Yeah. Go for something, anything.
Yes.
Yeah. It's so cool. I like that you've got 2 heads already. So it gives both of them have their own specific look.
Yeah, and the same with the Claudette and the Paulette. The Claudette is more of a dolly head, and the Paulette is more of a realistic head. So I've made a realistic, Philippe realistic, and Julienne more dolly. And I have to think about maybe a third one, but I think I'm going to start with this.
Yeah.
I'm going to see what people want for him.
Have you shown people? Is this the
Not
first
yet.
showing?
This is the first showing.
Oh my goodness!
This is an exclusive.
Oh, exciting! Is that nerve-wracking?
A little bit. I want people to like it, but if they turns out everybody sort of goes meh, I'm going to be really disappointed.
Yeah. But on the other hand, you seem very confident about that he's finished. This is the right shape.
Yeah. This is the right shape. There's maybe some nigglies we can go through, like maybe the feet. On Claudette, the feet was a problem that I had to go a little smaller so she could fit more shoes.
Yeah.
I haven't researched his option for shoes yet. I have looked at the head and made sure that that is within a sort of an existing size. So she's now wearing 7-inch wigs, and the larger size will wear an 8, a large 8, and an 8 basically. But the shoes, I'm going to have to think about it, because usually means it needs to go smaller, but he's a big dude. Small feet not going to suit him very much. So
what about clothing? Will you be able to buy clothing?
He's wearing,
especially his torso, I think is a...
Yeah, he's wearing an SD, straight off the rack SD underwear right now. So he should fit in that aesthetic.
Excellent.
And I got a shirt from somewhere. So that's an SD shirt, so that should fit him just fine. So I'm going to try that on later. It's just new. And he may fall for his butt, he may fall for trousers, he may fall under a slightly bigger like an Apple House size, but it's still an existing size. A hound or uncle sizes for that. They're going to be too long in the trousers, of course. You're going to have to cut or get shorts.
Because he is actually... What is his length?
He should be, when he's finished cast, he should be 45 centimeters tall.
So he's actually an MSD.
He is an MSD
height
right now.
But you're going to be buying, for the torso part, you're going to be buying
SD sized.
And if you buy SD pants, buy like shorts or three-quarter pants or something like that.
And if they're longer, prepare to just cut.
And do some measurements, but of course not always. They won't always have measurements on the site when you order something.
If you stick to like little stretchy clothing, you should be completely fine.
Yeah.
If you're going to have fitted clothing, it might be problematic.
Stretchy.
You like stretchy?
Yes. Let us sing the praises of stretchy clothing.
I am going to, now that I've decided that this really is how I want him, I'm going to print the larger one to fit with the Claudette.
Oh my god.
But then since that, the way that physics works is if you have an MSD, the actual volume between the difference between MSD and SD is double.
Yeah.
So for how long I have to print him, I have to print twice as long for a bigger one.
Yeah.
And twice as much material. So that's why I printed him in this size first, because I do prefer the bigger size. But this is already a week work for printing. A week
for all of these parts.
For just the machine to go bloom 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 bloom.
Yes. So for the SD, you're looking at 2 weeks.
2
weeks of just printing.
Just printing.
And that's hoping you don't have a misprint.
Yes.
Do you always have a misprint?
My printer's pretty good, so as
Does help.
few as possible.
Does help to have a good printer.
Yes.
All right. Well, this is super exciting. I love it.
You want to hold him?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You can see how large he is. And that's actually pretty chunky. That's very chunky.
Yeah.
So, I'll put that over there. And see, can we just, you know. Ta-da! Yes!
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I hope you enjoyed seeing the first view of Philippe and Julien and of the L'Homme
Épique.
L'Homme Épique, the epic man. Have a wonderful time. Everyone stay safe and like, subscribe, do all those good stuff that is good for our channel, and that if you like it, you know, yay! And we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.